The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us.
In this edition, Australia announces support for HIV in PNG, CEO stage reason for reduced benefits, and Kami Kamika chasing victories in Pacific Championship.
The Australian government is nearly tripling its investment in HIV services in Papua New Guinea with the announcement of almost 27 million kina funding support this financial year to this sector. This is following the PNG government's declaration of a HIV/AIDS emergency in June this year.
Working in partnership with the PNG government, churches, the private sector and others, Australia is increasing its annual HIV development funding to almost $10 million or $27 million this financial year to safeguard the Papua New Guinean population. Australia's increased support will focus on preventing transmission by increasing awareness and testing, strengthening surveillance, and supporting expanded access to prevention measures. The announcement was made during a visit by the Assistant Minister for Pacific Island Affairs, Nita Green, to the St. Three's HIV clinic to mark the completion of their recent renovation.
Now, we know that rising rates of HIV in PNG are threatening lives and livelihoods. In support of the government of PNG's declaration of a HIV emergency in June this year, Australia is nearly tripling its investment in HIV services here in PNG in 2025 and 2026.
Australia is investing in the renovation of 3 HIV clinics in Port Moresby, including the St. Three's, to ensure a safer, more dignified space for people to receive counselling and care.
Australia is already providing significant support, particularly in geographic hotspots, to increase testing, counselling and treatment of HIV and STIs, including through the recent gifting of 5 new vehicles to support community engagement and outreach.
Recognizing the vulnerability of young people, Australia will also support youth-led education and outreach programs to help reduce new infections. Australia's programming will also include tailored service for women and girls who are disproportionately affected by HIV. The announcement adds to ongoing Australian government initiatives to support the Pacific in its fight against HIV, including partnerships with UNAIDS, Health Equity Matters, and the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria. Ruth Rungula, TVWAN News.
A swift response by Saido police led to the arrest of 4 men who were transporting a large quantity of marijuana through the Rai Coast district in Madang province. According to police reports, the suspects were apprehended at Saiwoi village in Saido. A caller tipped police off on the morning of Wednesday, October 8th. The information was that 4 men were traveling by dinghy from Malalamai village, allegedly carrying bags of marijuana. Police intercepted the dinghy when it arrived at Saiwoi village and found dried marijuana neatly packed in plastic bags weighing around 65 kilograms. The 4 men were immediately arrested and taken to Saido police station for questioning. Chief Executive Officer of Telecom Amos Tepe has maintained his stand that all retired and retrenched staff who were removed from the organization following the restructure exercise were paid their final entitlements. Tepi said some of the departing staff had expected higher payouts but were affected by legal commitments they had made with their salaries. However, the retired and retrenched staff claimed that no proper processes were followed as they were not properly consulted.
Many long-serving employees with 30 to 45 years of service were paid between 2,000 and 50,000 in leave entitlements. Aggrieved by these payments, the former staff submitted a petition to Telecom PNG management, giving it 48 hours to explain the process used in paying the entitlements. The petition expired on Wednesday, October 8, 2025, with no response from the Telecom management. Hence, they aired their concerns through the media the next day. However, on Saturday, October 11th, the CEO in a statement explained that the majority of the affected employees had 4 to 5 loan deductions running with financial institutions, and by law, these loans have to settle before their final payout, leading to reduced entitlements. However, the affected former staff decried the lack of proper consultation with HR prior to the exercise.
Entitlements to be paid, the full in the HFS, the repatriations, ex gratia, and freights. Those things need to be paid so that we can happily leave the organization. Normal for a retrenched employee to go through final payment calculations before the repatriations or before a deed of release was done. However, in this case, nothing of the HR process was done.
Kewanu said they will take legal action against the company. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
The PNG Tribal Foundation, in partnership with the Governor for Central Province, Rufina Peter, and Rigo MP Se Anopala, launched the Ghost Mountain Trek expedition in Gaba Gaba village, Central Province, yesterday. The expedition was launched to recognize the efforts of those who helped the Australian and American soldiers during World War II.
Ghost Mountain is the name given by U.S. Army servicemen in 1942 to Mount Aubrey, a mountain in the Owen Stanley Range in the southeast of Papua New Guinea. In October 1942, the U.S. Army's first intended offensive operation in the Pacific campaign of the Second World War was across the Kappa Kappa Trail. Members of the 2nd Battalion, 126th Regiment, 32nd Red Arrow Division were ordered to flank the Japanese in a 130-mile, 209 kilometers march on foot across the Owen Stanley Range, including crossing near Ghost Mountain, considerably east of the more well-known Kokoda Track. To revisit this history, the PNG Tribal Foundation, in partnership with the Central Governor Rufina Peter and Rigo MP Se Anopala, launched the Ghost Mountain Trek expedition. The expedition aims to remember those Papua New Guineans who helped with the war. According to PNG Tribal Foundation founder Gary Baston, apart from recognizing their efforts, the expedition will open doors for tourism and boost access to services for the people of Gaba Gaba.
Asblo ting ting blong display expedition emosem. Yimi kare mo line blong all narpla hap or narpla country or come lo Papua New Guinea. Now all look save long way or line blong Papua New Guinea or work one time all allied forces na support na help him all long this war long World War II. And big plus something because plenty line only lose ting ting long contribution long all line blong Papua New Guinea. Now Yumi do can lose ting ting long this plus something and big plus something. M1. Okay, 2, and Mibla like Kirapim tourism, so Mibla can look save long or school, now or clinic long this area.
Seyano Bello thanked the people of Gaba Gaba for their service as frontline volunteers during the time of war, signifying their shared commitment to promote peace and stability during the war.
Some of them did not make it. They were lost to the jungle. They were lost to exhaustion, to the mountain itself. But those who survived did so because of the kindness of our people that carry us the guides, the villages who shared their food, their shelter, and their strength.
Following the opening, 10 trekkers will trek the Kappa Kappa Trail starting today. They include American filmmakers who plan to produce a film in the future. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
A delegation of approximately 17 bishops, including Father Lawrence Aro Chiaras and Father Thomas Ravioli, will travel to Rome along with additional pilgrims from Papua New Guinea and other countries in the region for the canonization of Blessed Peter Torot as the first saint of Papua New Guinea.
His Eminence John Cardinal Ribat described the event as a milestone for the Pacific and the Universal Church, celebrating Torot's daily holiness and unwavering faith. Bishop Rosario Menendez highlighted Torot's commitment to Christian merits, symbolized by 2 rings in his official portrait. Bishop Otto Sifari emphasized his courage in defending faith under persecution. Father Lawrence Arrocayaras outlined the Rome program and national celebrations, including a special event in Rabaul from 11 to 14 December 2025. A delegation of bishops and pilgrims will attend the Vatican ceremony. CBC PNG SI invites all faithful to join in prayer and thanksgiving as Papua New Guinea prepares to celebrate its first saint, whose life continues to inspire families and communities across the world. Joanna Violet, TV1 News.
The Nakanai district in West New Britain province has allocated a counterpart funding of 400,000 kina to the Department of Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs to support the Rural Service Delivery Project. This funding demonstrates the district's commitment to bringing essential services to rural areas.
A member for Nakanai and Minister for Oil Palm Francis Galia Maneke, when presenting the check on Monday, October 13, 2025 in Port Moresby, says the Rural Service Delivery Project is a cornerstone of the district's growth. He described this partnership as a milestone achievement for the Nakanai district, a pivotal step in delivering tangible development to the communities.
And now that it's going to be listed, the Nakanai people and the Nakanai district is listed, I will be prepared as a leader of Nakanai. And already advised the governor of West Britain is also very well prepared to support this program. And I know it will be honest to our province.
The Rural Service Delivery Project aims to improve access to basic services such as healthcare, education, and infrastructure for communities across the district. The funding will help facilitate better service delivery, ensuring that rural populations benefit from improved facilities and services that meet their needs.
So this program will definitely assist me now to address some of those pressures from my population. Even we have 2 indigenous LLGs, our 2 local LLGs where we indigenous people are there, and the 2 LLGs are where settlement scheme programs cover. But all in all, I believe that this program is going to help them, and we will cooperate to make sure that we deliver the best out of this. So I thank them also. They need to trust the provincial affairs and local level government to deliver this program.
Minister for Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs, Soroi Yoe, emphasized the importance of collaboration between the districts, the government, and the provincial authorities to effectively implement this initiative. The investment is expected to foster growth and enhance the quality of life for the people in Nakanai district, paving the way for sustainable development in the region. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
You are watching TV1 News. We'll have the day's other stories after the break. Stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Toks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans. Expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend. PNG's own coffee.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace Pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Gold Sport brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly Gold Sport.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yeah, from small dreams to big possibilities. One-Took jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Cold Power Citrus Blast uses stain-fighting active particles to remove dirt, grease and stains from your family's washing with less scrubbing and rubbing, reducing wear and tear and saving you time. Cold Power Citrus Blast has an amazing citrus fragrance that gives that extra freshness that will last all day long.
Welcome back. The Office of Child and Family Services has highlighted the difference and importance of out-of-home care centers, which they say are often mixed up with other social services in the communities. CEO Jerry Wapp said out-of-home care centers are part of the child protection system that aims to provide a safe and stable environment for children and young people when they are unable to live with their families, often due to abuse, neglect, family breakdown, or other safety concerns.
The Office of Child and Family Services said Papua New Guinean culture has a secure network in society where children without parents or are neglected are taken care of and no one is left to fend for themselves. However, some 20 to 30 years after independence, the issue of foster care pops up because there are children who are left to fend for themselves or are missing out on life's necessities. During the presentation of the 17 special grants, CEO of the Office of Child and Family Services, Jerry Wapp, cautioned the community not to allow the mushrooming of out-of-home cares in the country.
Going forward, we need partners. We need partners, but they meet requirements to establish care centers in the country, and we want to encourage that. We need partners in this process, but the standard operating minimum operating standards must be met in order for this service to be delivered.
With out-of-home care centers, the Office of Child and Family Services is referring to children receiving similar care to those living and being cared for in their own home.
The difference between the safe houses and the out-of-home care center. Out-of-home care center I'm referred to is for child protection, especially related to children needing protection, children who are abused, who are molested, who are not being cared for, whose parents are either dead or even if parents abuse them, they're taken care of by out-of-home care center operators. So
he further clarified the difference that the out-of-home care and the Mary Safe House play in the community.
For any individual or any organization or any want to establish that, then it has to be approved by the National Child and Family Services Council. It must be recommended, and compliance must be made through by the Lugati Picnic Act in order for these services to be legally operating and providing services to our children.
Out-of-home care centers are part of the child protection system that aims to provide a safe and stable environment for children and young people. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
The people of Vovosi and neighboring villages in the Hoskins local level government area of Nakanai district in West New Britain province will now have access to clean drinking water consumption. The villagers witnessed the commissioning of the water supply project by the local MP and Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke over the weekend.
This commissioning of the water project was celebrated over the weekend, an event attended by local MP and Minister for Oil Palm Francis Galia Maneke. The project marks a significant development in the life of the villagers who previously faced challenges in accessing reliable and safe drinking water. Clean water is essential for health, sanitation, and overall well-being, and this initiative aims to reduce waterborne diseases and support better hygiene practices in the community.
Mas lokam today, lo looking this kind very initiative where you play making, lo you play people making lo here. Also talk power blow people here, emtasol you play God lo here. You play mobilize finish, now you play it making come up in more work. Now government can come, now you play lo making more work, you play like him lo.
Minister Maneke expressed his commitment to enhancing infrastructure and services in rural areas. He highlighted the importance of such projects in fostering community development and improving living conditions. The support from the local government and collaboration with the community were emphasized as key factors in successfully bringing this project to fruition.
Look him strong, Libla. You play that strong, lo making. You play that guts, lo really making this law work. It was now make him, you play must make him today. So that empire can happen tomorrow. Now, him no can waste him time. All people blow me. District blow me no like by you come na ask him all time. All what blow me inside Lord district, me no like by you come ask him all time, Lord come man. Also now today, the way you play make him lo yellow place for Vosi. Miss have also you play got enough strong, you play got resource, and stop, you play got all people stop can work him something where important lo you yet you feed lo. Now me to blow by pining on him. Ground blow me to play me stop here. Solvara blow me to play me stop. Me to play my soy more future generation blow me lo tomorrow. Me to play responsible lo picking me.
The villagers expressed their gratitude for the project, recognizing the positive impact it will have on their daily lives.
Nami pla lonsi maut, nami pla hama masosem. Desla water. Emi helping me pla mama. Before me place a piny mwara iko lo long way up. Carry more plastic lo long way up lo piny mwara. Na drink, washing all clothes. Now me pla mama straight o se mwara is up lo house do up lo me pla one. O se na me talk 10 kilo got papa and tap emi give him desla seven lo me pla lo initiate him desla project inside lo community lo me pla.
The completion of the water supply project is a significant step towards sustainable development in Vovosi and its neighboring communities. The water supply includes 3 9,000-liter storage tanks with a total capacity of 27,000 liters, powered through PNG power and operated from a small pump house within the community. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Meantime, project coordinator Enoch Maigi said there is ongoing work to expand coverage to more than 170 homes across Vovosi, including sections in Gaivava, the coastal area and inland bush communities. He further explained that the water project began in 2022 after the community secured initial funding from Nakanai district, but work progress was slow at first due to limited resources and manpower, but persistence and teamwork among community members eventually led to the project's success.
First thanks to Mbla Sanapim, but Mbla Felilik, Mbla no engineering good na. Time lo commissioning Mbla bin bungisam plaswa. Mino bin give up lo disla time. Me yosem project coordinator lo disla one time all community where all mangi yoli salbim mbla sanap strong mbla lugluken mbla plan him next one can mbla sanapim which now I'm sanap you blog at can looking okay inside la project mbla got 170 houses lo village lo money we mbla kisi mbla spend him mbla karamapim kind of 53 bla house lo different all areas of the place.
Efforts by the Vovosi community in the Nakanai district to build infrastructure for proposed primary school has been boosted with the presentation of a Lucas mill by the Nakanai DDA. The sawmill will enable local villagers to secure timber efficiency, facilitating the building process and promoting self-sufficiency.
During the handover ceremony over the weekend, member for Nakanai and Oil Palm Minister Francis Maneke acknowledged the efforts of the Vovosi community in advocating for the school and expressed confidence that the sawmill will empower them to realize their educational aspirations.
Plus mitupla yet must stop na make him so that them come up good lo I lo mitupla because time mitupla go finish or pitching him lo mitupla bali stop good na bali amas na bali talk amas lo mitupla papa mama because if I make him live lo pikini impossible lo tomorrow osena lo today we sanapol se member lo iblo Nakanai regardless of when mol samni am come up lo today but me like him through by Nakanai must come up good establish good inside lo this la first year blown na make him so that over something am straight na by make him look him good blow district blow me.
Community leaders and villagers celebrated this development, recognizing that a primary school will not only improve educational opportunities for children but also foster a sense of community pride and collaboration. The project is expected to enhance the community's capacity for providing quality education, laying the groundwork for future generations' success. School project coordinator Ronald Patata thanked the MP for the timely intervention.
We talk thank you. God am working this land possible me. Plenty time money say working law, sabe blowing na. You me sabe fail. Money say jamani me. Now you must trust him God. Leader you must look. Now me challenge him all get out. You must be my blame me. Now focus me must go straight.
Patata says despite challenges and limited support from some areas, the community remains determined, placing their trust in God as the source of strength and leadership. He said a well-built school is essential to provide a safe and effective learning environment.
Education is very important. You will get a. You know got education, but you lose one time. Living beyond by Paris. So now I'm foundation. Home by me set him up mangi and make him up good. You me must start him, build him up good, bring him up good. Now facility must alright. No mangi by going set na him. Asele.
The coordinator also highlighted other ongoing development projects in Vovosi, including the construction of a community-funded primary school featuring 2 4-in-1 classrooms, 8 teachers' houses, and 2 duplex classrooms. A new health facility, including a clinic and 2 nurses' houses, has already been completed with support from the provincial MP Sasundran Mutuwel, alongside the establishment of an SDA church in the area. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
And now a look at the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2382 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2307, $0.3513 Australian dollars, 0.1914 euro, and 34.83 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold and coffee closed higher, cocoa, copra and crude oil closed lower, and palm oil and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TV1 News continues when we return. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with BSP's One Talk Wallet. BSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Magic Golden Ticket Promotion e-come back. Now by Pennies long 30th November 2025. Piny Magic Golden Ticket long you, long winning share long 500,000 kina inside long packet magic chicken or beef noodles. All prizes start 50,000 kina, 20,000 kina, 1,000 kina, na 500 kina. Open packet long magic noodles na Piny Golden Ticket long come up winner. No can wait. Buy magic noodles now.
Roomy messing with your game. Time to sweep him out of the room. Oh, or maybe not.
Bing bang bing, ding ding bang, bum bum.
Curly, straight, soft, wavy, afro, short, long, healthy. Palmolive Naturals for naturally beautiful hair.
It's formula infused with extracts like coconut oil, aloe vera and avocado to enhance your hair's natural beauty, giving you naturally beautiful hair that always looks gorgeous and smells great throughout the day. Palmolive Naturals.
Have a great hair day!
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Long year 2024, 7 baby i-born one time HIV. HIV ikan go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama ikat HIV, long time long karim baby, na time baby isusu. Tasol yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. go quick time long bell mama clinic na kisim antenatal check. Time yumi panim sick HIV area o time bell mama i positive penis, early treatment it can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV eagle long baby. This lutok sawa ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
That's the way to start a World Cup.
This is unbelievable. They have etched their names in history.
People ask me, are there still things left to be found in the world? Hang on! We're just getting started. This is history right here. Oh my word!
Expedition Unknown starts Tuesday, October 21 on Discovery.
Thanks for staying with us. The 9th Pacific Tuna Forum has officially opened in Nadi, Fiji, bringing together leaders, fisheries experts and industry partners from across the Pacific to discuss the future of the region's most valuable marine resource, tuna.
The forum was officially opened this morning by Fiji's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, Viliame Gavoka, who highlighted the importance of collaboration to safeguard the region's tuna stocks for generations to come. The Western and Central Pacific Ocean supplies nearly 60% of the world's tuna, placing Pacific Island nations at the center of the global seafood economy.
Our ocean remains home to the world's last healthy tuna stocks. All key species are currently within sustainable limits, a rare global achievement and a testament to regional unity and effective cooperation.
The two-day forum, held under the theme Pacific Tuna 2050, Resilience, Innovation, Equity and Sustainable Trade for a Prosperous Future, aims to chart a shared course for sustainable and inclusive growth in the Pacific's tuna industry. Discussions over the next 2 days will focus on tackling illegal fishing, improving traceability and finding innovative ways to increase value retention for Pacific Island nations.
To secure our future, we cannot simply continue as before. We need to be unified in a transformative approach. At the heart of our discussion lies the approach, the East New Britain Initiative. This is our framework to revolutionize the tuna industry.
InfoFish Acting Director Gemma Matainao said the forum has become a cornerstone for regional and global dialogue, a platform centered on sustainable and equitable industry value chains, markets and trade, where knowledge and science informs policy, innovation drives transformative change, and where partnerships are forged in future-proofing the long-term sustainability of the region's tuna resources.
As an intergovernmental organization serving the Asia-Pacific region, InfoFish is proud to support pragmatic steps and pathways towards these aspirations. Through research, market intelligence, capacity building, and trade facilitation, we work closely with our member countries and broader industry partners to strengthen participation, advance responsible fisheries management, and promote fair and sustainable trade.
As part of the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent, outcomes from this forum are expected to shape policy, investment and partnerships across the region, ensuring that Pacific fisheries remains both sustainable and profitable. Ruth Rungula, TVWAN News.
Turning abroad, David Ediang has been elected unopposed as President of the Republic of Nauru at today's inaugural sitting of the country's 25th Parliament. Ediang's election marks the start of a new parliamentary term, following the general elections on the weekend. Members of Parliament unanimously endorsed him during Tuesday's sitting. Former President Marcus Stephen, a veteran leader and former Commonwealth Games gold medalist, was elected Speaker of the 25th Parliament, while Isabella Dagiago took up the position of Deputy Speaker. Qantas customers whose personal data was posted on the dark web have voiced their concerns and disappointment.
Frustration as Qantas customers react to news their personal data is on the dark web.
It was completely a shock, and the fact is they're meant to be the national carrier and all they've just done is mishandle everyone's stuff.
You kind of have to go, just be more careful for, phishing or emails.
The personal information of 5.7 million Qantas customers was stolen in July. Cybercriminals tricked an airline call centre worker in the Philippines into handing over access to information on third-party platform Salesforce. The Office of the Australian Information Commissioner would not comment on whether Qantas will be fined over the data hack. Experts say with the airline recently reporting a $1.6 billion full-year profit, the size of any penalty must be enough to teach Qantas and other companies a lesson.
The key lesson is to prioritise security over trying to maximise profits for shareholders.
Experts say the case against the airline could be complex if it tried to blame Salesforce.
You've then got that legal issue about the crime didn't actually occur in Australia, it occurred in the Philippines.
You can't simply outsource to other companies and think suddenly you've got no obligations on cybersecurity. You still do.
Qantas says it's still investigating what's on the dark web.
They should be fined properly. Once there's an example made out of a business in Australia, others will learn that we need to invest in keeping people's stuff safe.
Another reputational blow for the flying kangaroo.
The United States has rejected what it calls a global carbon tax proposed by the International Maritime Organization, warning that nations supporting the plan could face sanctions, visa restrictions and commercial penalties. In a joint statement, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of Energy Doug Wright and Secretary of Transportation John Duffy said President Trump has made it clear the U.S. will not accept any international environmental measure that unduly or unfairly burdens the United States or harms the interests of the American people. The IMO is set to vote next week on adopting a net zero framework or NZF, a policy to cut global carbon dioxide emissions from international shipping. If approved, it would be the first time a UN agency imposes a global carbon levy. Western Sydney University is finalising plans for voluntary redundancy involving hundreds of staff as it battles a projected deficit. Staff are furious. University management has engaged highly paid consultants and suggests they are contributing to the financial pain.
At Western Sydney University, the invoices speak for themselves. At least 7 consultants being paid on daily rates starting at more than $1,000 a day. One consultant getting $85,000 for 5 weeks' work, plus rebates for tolls and parking. Another is being paid $10,000 a week as the university enacts a change management process that will mean 191 net job losses.
It's the most chaotic change process I've ever seen, and that makes people scared. It also makes some people very, very angry.
The people we've brought on board have enabled us to save jobs. We started off with up to 400 jobs being lost at the beginning of the year, and we're now at the point there'll be 0 forced redundancies.
Students too are concerned about how their fees are spent.
What we're seeing is a massive focus on profit and not keeping the place sustainable, but keeping the place profitable, which is very different.
The university's leader, though, says his consultant use is prudent and effective.
Look, my starting point is that the use of consultants must be exceptional. In fact, the default is no. We would only engage outside specialists where, firstly, we need expertise that we don't have in-house.
A Senate inquiry into university governance has heard estimates the university sector pays at least $734 million a year on consultants. The top spenders are the University of Newcastle, Australian National University, followed by the University of WA. The use of consultants at government-funded public universities is now so widespread that some sit on university boards. Critics say there's a lack of transparency, not just about how much consultants cost, but the reasons behind their decisions on job losses and course cuts. Universities defend the use of consultants, saying they're needed to roll out systems like IT security.
University management draw on consultancies in a very small way, commensurate or proportionate to their overall budgets.
Another flashpoint on campus in a year of job cuts and financial pain.
Health authorities are urging thousands of patients of a Sydney dentist to get checked for blood-borne diseases due to the use of dirty instruments.
Wales health authorities are urging current and former patients to get tested for bloodborne viruses like HIV after a dentist in southern Sydney was barred from practicing. Now, the calls come after New South Wales health authorities audited this dental clinic here behind me in Mortdale and found that Dr. Stephen Hassick was using dirty tools and equipment. Some, they say, were found in places that could have been contaminated by patients breaching infection control standards. Now, the ABC has spoken to Dr. Hassick and he says he absolutely rejects the allegations and says that it stems from a complaint made 3 years ago by a patient. Now, that complaint led to a condition that required him to complete training before he could practice again, and he says he did not complete that training in full. He also says that he wasn't aware of the sterilisation requirements, the new sterilisation requirements, and has started taking action to make sure that the clinic is up to date with the government's current standards. Let's take a quick listen to what he had to say.
The situation has blown up out of all proportion. There has not been any bloodborne virus or infection detected in any patient, myself included, or my staff for all these years, 44 years, and we do get regular blood tests.
Now, New South Wales health authorities say there haven't been any positive cases of patients testing positive for bloodborne viruses like HIV. And while they say the risk is low, symptoms can take years to appear. So they're urging on any current or former patients to go and get tested at their local GP.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports, Tui ready to lead Bati and Hekari Sainsab Gunemba.
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Harem, talk, young, or roller, scale, rice, family meal with talk. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's a favorite by miles. Senisi gola, scale, rice, low, scale price. Senisi gola, scale, rice, low, scale price. Him, but you like him?
100% proudly PNG owned, Freeway Motors celebrates with you this Golden Jubilee 50th Independence. Thank you for being a valued part of our community. Let's continue the journey for another 50 years together. Proudly PNG.
Meet YumiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, YumiPay makes every payment simple. YumiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
For the very first time in Papua New Guinea, Male Research and Marketing Consultants proudly launched the 5th issue of the Male Review magazine commemorating PNG's 50th Golden Jubilee independence. 2 volumes, 500 pages each. Volume 1 covers government politics and leadership, while Volume 2 highlights the private sector, state-owned entities as service providers, and NGOs. Together, they cover the period from 1972 to 2025. This 1,000-page collection reflects PNG's 50 years and sets the foundation for the next 50.
This October, uncover stories of history, home, and heritage. Enter the shadowy world of dinosaur fossil trading, where secretive collectors raise the stakes as scientists fight to protect our planet's past in bones of contention. Dig into a past long buried in our soil, plantations that shaped our society and biodiversity. Through the stories of illustrious landowners, relive the untold history of lost plantations. What does it take to protect our territorial waters?
Secure. I'm going out.
From fighting crime at sea to helping stricken seafarers.
After they push me down.
Follow our officers as they safeguard our waters inside the Police Coast Guard. This October on CNA.
In sports, Fiji Batis keeper Toi Kamikamica is honoured to lead the Fiji national team in the Pacific Championships for the 3rd time. The veteran skipper is desperate to erase the pain of last week's NRL Grand Final defeat as he chases victories against PNG and Cook Islands in the 3rd edition of the tournament.
Without big names like Viliame Kikau and Abisai Koroisau, Tui is enthusiastic about the emerging talent stepping up to represent Fiji with pride. He said being born and raised in Fiji is always looking forward to this special end-of-the-year event.
Always a special time of the year. Every time I get a call to represent my country, Fiji Body, it's always very special to me because I was born and raised in Fiji. That's all I want to do every time, every year after the NRL season, and to get another call up this year, it makes me feel really happy for it.
Tui stressed the significance of playing in PNG, knowing how passionate the people are about rugby league. He further commented that coming to PNG is always a challenge, not only for the Fiji boys, but other visiting teams as well.
As we all know, rugby league in PNG is very massive, and every time we come here and play here in PNG, it's always a huge challenge for us because we know like how passionate the people of PNG like supporting rugby league and stuff. So we always find it's a huge challenge for us, but at the same time, we're always looking forward to it. Play against our Melanesian brothers and also like the Cook Islands. So just trying to go out there and we all want to do a good job for our country each and every year. So,
when providing an insight into the makeup of the playing squad, the captain said the team is filtered with some rising talent who made their mark in the NRL this year, in the likes of Bulldogs young gun Jethro Rinakama, who is making his debut, and North Queensland Cowboys flyer Semi Valeme. Mainly youngster Caleb Navale, apart from Jerimbula and Sunia Turua from the West Tigers, who's been made co-captain. Ahead of their first head-out against the new-look Cook Islands side, boosted with the inclusion of big NRL boppers, the Body captains to the focus is on themselves and how well they can prepare for the challenge.
I reckon this is the strong team they've selected for the last couple of years. As you can see, they got heaps of NRL experience in their team, but in saying that, like, we just want to focus on us, what we need to do during the week in order for us to go out there on Saturday and play good footy. But at the same time, just like you said, they got a good side this year compared to last year. But for us, we got some new stars coming through. Like they've earned their spot to represent Fiji, and yeah, just can't wait to see them out there on Saturday and represent Fiji.
The Fiji party will begin their Pac Champs campaign this Saturday against the Cook Islands in the main match following the first women's clash between the PNG Orchids and the Cook Highlands at the Santos National Football Stadium. Tui and the team are eager to showcase their skills and make their country proud in this year's tournament. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Cook Islands have named their squad for the 2025 Pacific Bowl, with Broncos second rower Brandon Piakura, Sharks KL Iro and Warriors hardman Maratani Kure heading a powerful outfit. Piakura played 3 test matches for the Cook Islands in 2022, including the World Cup contest with PNG and Tonga. Iro was also part of the World Cup campaign and will step out in his 9th test match when the Cook Islands open their campaign against Fiji Bati in Port Moresby on October 18th.
I'm very, very lucky to be putting on the Cook Island jumper again this year. Unfortunately, I haven't played the last couple of years, but super grateful and excited to finally put it on again, and can't wait to play Fiji on Saturday. So both of my parents are from the Cook Islands, and their grandparents before them. So there's just a lot of history and a lot of love and bond I have with them. So it just runs through my blood.
Gairo Voro and Finley Glare have been commended for giving their best during the Prime Minister's 13th match on Sunday, despite going down to Australia 28-10. PNG Kumul's coach Jason Demetrio was proud of the duo's performance. Voro, who got a late call-up after the announcement of Kyle Abert's unavailability, displayed impressive attacks down the Australia's red zone despite numerous unsuccessful attempts. Despite lacking international experience, both halves did their best in front of their home crowd.
From past PM's 13 matches, Australia has always been the dominant force, leading the games from the first half and ending with big score differences. However, this year's match was a little different in the opening 15 minutes. After Australia's first try in the 7th minute by Try Fuller, PNG's 5'8" Finley Glare shot a breathtaking long ball to Dudley Dotoi to record their first try in the 13th minute. The try gave them confidence to stay in the race despite a 12 deficit at halftime. In the absence of key players in the likes of Lachlan Lamb, Edwin Ipape and Kyle Labert, Gairo Voro and Glare managed to stir the attack to put pressure on the visiting Australian side with support from Judah Rimbu.
We competed hard for long periods of the game. We just probably didn't take our chances when we had them, and I thought I was really proud of our first half. We're under a lot of pressure there and we were defending a lot for that first half, but the start of that second half we had some chances to put a bit more scoreboard pressure on the Australians, and for that 20-minute ebb and flow we probably just couldn't get some points there, and if we could have got the crowd involved, who were amazing today. So overall pretty happy with some of the experience of some of the young players.
Kumul's captain Nana MacDonald commended his young key halves for their courage to make big decisions on the field while controlling their attack towards the concrete defence put up by the visiting side. He added that the match had provided them with much-needed experience to take on more international clashes to come.
Yeah. I think we've got the players here, but we're still building. It's wet. We could have done it today, but we'll build from that.
With the speedy attack combination from PNG Hunters halves players, PNG PM's 13 added a consolation try under the posts by Epel Capinias just before full-time, despite losing to Australia by a 18-point deficit. Salome Vincent, TV1 Sports.
If there is one player actively playing football in PNG who can lead PNG's professional league team in the inaugural Oceania Professional League, it is Raymond Gunemba. This is the perspective from PNG Hekari Football Club General Manager Voni Capinato as she prepares the team for the upcoming OFC Professional League. Gunemba is a rare talent and has been the face of PNG football for many years. Gunemba has won national competitions, received special awards at the regional tournaments, and captained the national team in many outings. Gunemba will join high-profile players recruited from both abroad and within the country. PNG Hekari Football Club has recruited 3 players from Brazil, a player each from Solomon Islands, Vanuatu and Fiji to bolster the team. The club is also scouting for talents within the local leagues. PNG Hekari Football Club joins 7 other football clubs in the inaugural professional league, which kicks off in January 2026. Gerehu Magpies and Gereka Bombers have secured their spots for the 2025 Moniplus Port Moresby AFL Grand Final decider set for this Saturday, October 18th, 2025. In Saturday's preliminary finals, reigning premiers, Magpies proved the fitter and better side over minor premiers and early favourites Lamana Dockers in the main game and in the game 57 and 52 at full time. In the earlier game, Gereka Bombers easily crossed past West Eagles in a lopsided contest that saw Bombers coming away with the win 53-25.
The minor premiers Dockers controlled the match from the first end of third quarter, going to the break leading by 3 points. The Magpies had the win advantage in the last quarter and made good use of it to outscore Dockers with 3-1 and 2-0. The final score Dockers 8-4 and 52, Magpies 9-3 and 57. Magpies will now meet the Bombers in the big decider on Saturday. The Bombers Eagles showdown turned out to be another thriller. Eagles got off to an early start by 1 point, 0.2, 0.1 before Bombers took matters into their own hands, scoring 4 goals to Eagles 1. They scored 2 goals, each in the third and fourth quarters, to easily defeat Eagles. Final score Bombers 8, 5 and 53 to West 3, 7 and 25. Meanwhile, in the reserve prelims, defending champs Uni Tigers easily accounted for newcomers Taikone Hawks, smashing them 12, 10 and 82, 3, 4 and 22. In the other prelims match, Gordon's Kokofas 6, 7, 43 defeated West Eagles 4-3, 27. Tigers will defend their title against Kokofas in the grand final. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 Sports.
That's it for sports. Now the weather forecast.
Southern Port Moresby partly cloudy with rain and rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Popondetta cloudy with rain and rain showers and thunderstorms. Momase, Ley and Medang cloudy with rain showers and thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau cloudy periods with few rain and rain showers and thunderstorms. Kavieng partly cloudy with possible brief showers. And Highlands region, Mount Targan mostly cloudy with rain and rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg cloudy with heavy rain at times and thunderstorms. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea, seas moderate to rough with east to southeasterly winds of 20 to 33 knots with stronger gusts. Solomon Sea, seas smooth to slight with southeasterly to northeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas slight to moderate with southeast to northeasterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas smooth to slight with northeast to southeasterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG to Indonesia border to Daru to KY Islands, Kerema, Yule Island, Hood Point to Samarai Island, Cape Vogal and Milne Bay Islands, seas 1 to 2 meters rising to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Finchefan through Vitia Strait to CSC and Long Island to Medang, seas 1 to 2 meters.
And that wraps up the news tonight. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua